Hello, Earthlings. It's time to reset your cultural dial. Coming your way next on your favorite device, from the Hoosier State to all the ships at sea, it's the Crawfordsville Peachcast. And now, here's your second or third favorite Dave from Indiana, Dave Peach. Warning, other people named Dave may also appear.
Crawfordsville Peachcast. I'm Dave Peach, and I'm joined by
Dave Meyer. Glad to be back, Dave.
Dave, we're back, and we've got an Untoasted movie. It's called Draft Day.
Yeah, and Dave, I thought it was like a hijinks thing, like Stripes, maybe, that, maybe some, wacky characters get pulled into the military. It's maybe late 70s. No, Dave, that's not it at all.
How did they come up with the name? I mean, that had to be quite an undertaking to come up with a name, Draft Day. It says it all because it's one day, and it's one day. It's Draft Day.
And it happens to be draft. In fact, Dave, early in this film, they drop the clock to give you a preview with a clicker and a ticker.
Draft Day, yeah.
Yeah, Dave. No, we're going to talk about it. I'm looking forward to this. This is the I guess the youngest movie that we have talked about.
No, Simple Favor. A Simple Favor.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
we've had others.
We've had others. We could go on. This feels present, even though in the NFL world it's ancient, Dave.
We could go on now.
We could.
Rejected titles. We talked about Draft Day, but I came up with some rejected titles that maybe were in the room when they were coming up with the movie.
Yes. What are they, Dave? I want to hear them.
Enjoying My Pancakes.
Oh, that's good. That's good, Dave.
Me Tarzan and Me Jane.
People, I would love to see the poster on that one, Dave.
We Don't Need No Stinking Badger.
There you go. That's it. That's some inside baseball there. Football.
Pick this, Seattle.
Oh, yeah, the Seahawks. They're portrayed in this puppy.
The Tom Michaels, who's played by a guy with one of the best names in the history of names. So you ready?
Okay, I'm ready, Dave.
We're talking about Tom Michaels, the Seattle general manager.
Yes.
He was played by Patrick St. Spirit, or Esprit. Maybe I didn't spell it right, but it's Saint Esprit.
Okay,
that is Saint Esprit.
That's a cool man's name. Yes, Saint Esprit. And Dave, this is a recognizable guy. Like, he is a character guy you've seen in places, and he's like, as the somewhat jerkish general manager, he's perfectly cast.
I think he's one of the best pancake eaters I've seen on the silver screen.
I was thinking, how many takes, Dave? Because there's a spit bucket, I assume, in the general area.
Pancakes are messy.
Yes, Dave, but a big, there was a lot of gamesmanship in this,
definitely.
movie about a game.
Well, this movie centers on the pursuit of highly acclaimed Seattle punt returner David Putney.
Right, David Putney. I forgot how he factors in until that dropped in. That's coming up.
Waiting
it's
for
coming
Putney
up.
Could have been another name for this movie. Waiting for Putney.
Oh, that's a good one, Dave. I forgot.
Another question. Sonny's girlfriend is pregnant. Will his 82-year-old mom ever approve?
I don't think so, Dave.
I'm laughing at my own jokes because they're so good.
Mm-hmm. Dave, I had to say, I looked up the natural age difference.
You're going to be a grandma.
Sorry about Grandpa dying and having to fire him.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out, but go ahead. I've got it written down. I've got it chapter and verse here, age, if you want to know ages and when people were born, but go ahead.
Okay. No. There's so many things to do here because part of it is, number one, the backstory on this movie is that it was originally set in Buffalo. Did you see that?
I did not.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you, Dave, I've read that in two different places, corroborated across the blogosphere. So But in my mind, Dave, Cleveland is such a much better story. You do have some football history. It was more believable. If it would have been in Buffalo, Dave, I don't know if it would have been as believable.
Well, one thing with unlimited pizza and football videos on demand,
right?
Would the guys in the war room ever leave?
No, Dave. And I want a quickie here on the war room crowd because there were
baby.
There were some guys. O'Reilly is the not the tall guy. He's the bald, pudgy guy. Okay, he's listed, Dave, on one of the sites as, it doesn't even say his name. It just says member of Brown's War Room. Okay. So early on, there's a big moment, Dave, where the general manager. So if you're in the Army, where's the general manager? He's up there, right? He's like general.
Well, on draft day, he's the man.
Okay, so he's the man. So he's like the president. He's whatever it is. So at one point, when the general person says to what I'm guessing is like a second lieutenant in the room, here's what we do, or here's what we're going to do, he says, "Sonny, that's our future." And I just thought, Dave, there's no way that you would challenge the general right there and then in front of the whole troops if you were that guy. It's like in corporate life, Dave, that guy would be reassigned. He would be working in global in the following week. He would be in Siberia. But in this movie, Dave, it happens and it's plausible. So, okay, that's one of many things.
Central Indiana Rubber Products provides the power for you. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, keeps farm equipment and local manufacturing processes running with gaskets, belts, seals, and O-rings, among a variety of other products and services. Employee-owned and always customer-focused. Central Indiana Rubber Products, 989 West, 83 North, Crawfordsville, and at indianarubber.com. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, power for you.
Where should we begin, Dave?
Well, I'm going to begin with the director. You probably know what he's done, Ivan Reitman.
Ivan Reitman is probably, one of the big comedy movie directors from the 80s on. Early on with us.
Another one here.
He did another one. Well, and this is
mission accomplished.
Yes, I think and Ivan is no longer with us, so I don't know how many movies he did around this.
I'm sorry.
No, Dave, he was.
I don't think. Track. Go ahead.
It's hard. No, you're Canadian directors, Dave. I don't. You may not be on that email list when they go, but we know him from Stripes, right? We know him from Ghostbusters is probably his biggest movie. But he was also. I'm trying to think. What do we have the Ivan IMDb up, Dave?
I don't. We
don't.
The only thing I'm bringing to the table right now is I've seen this movie like 29 times. I mean, I have fallen asleep to this movie. I'm sorry. I'm going to take that back. I've fallen asleep to this movie 29 times. I've seen it 57 times. I've seen it to where, I buy people laptops with all the bells and whistles because I've seen this movie so many times. I order pancakes. I order pizza. I go to Wisconsin and I look for Sam Elliott. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been to Madison.
I'm throwing out my notes.
Where's Sam Elliott?
Where he is, Dave? Okay, it's a very curt little cameo, wasn't it? Like he was not messing around. He had not a lot of respect for the GM of the Browns.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean,
well, we can start. We can start with a cast. Okay. We will. I will stop picking at this movie.
I feel like just interviewing you about the movie, Dave.
Season
That's what
4,
I feel like.
Draft Day, 2014, number 67, Untoasted. I'm wound up, man. Kevin Costner was born in 1955. He plays Sonny Weaver Jr., the general manager of the Cleveland Browns. They actually got to use actual football team names in this thing.
Yeah, this is, it's a not so veiled infomercial. When we go and set up each of the stadiums, I mean, the NFL was definitely more than they were a partner in this movie.
This lady needs no last name in the flick. Her name is Allie.
She needs no less. No.
Jennifer Garner, 1972. So they're 17 years apart.
Yeah, it's plausible.
And they are love interests in the movie. In case you have not seen Draft Day, they are not married, but they are together.
And I would say she would have been about 42 when she started this pregnancy, Dave, according to IMDb. But people do these things, and that's fine.
Will his 82-year-old mom approve?
Hey, Mom, I got something else. Mom.
I'd be, I don't know. I'm just saying. Hopefully she will eventually.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, Chadwick Boseman, who played Vontae Mack. I mean, he did a great job.
He did. I will say this: the only knock I've got on it. Number one, I think it was important that he, of all the athletes portrayed, be probably the best actor. So that was good because he was good. The only thing he can't do, Dave, is add about 150 pounds to his 6 foot tall, maybe 185 pound linebacker body. Now, there is some, you probably noticed this because of the extensive time, but it appears in some of the scenes where Chadwick is on the field, it might not be Chadwick, let's say, right, Dave?
It might not be. It might not be. He might have handed the ball to his sister up in the stands at that one time.
Yeah, he's in the close-ups. I'm sure of that, Dave. But on some of those sacks where the guy looks like he's 225, it's hard. But yeah.
I will say this real quick before we move on. Yesterday, and I'm sure he'll be watching this movie. But I was sitting at a restaurant in Speedway, and next to me was, I can't think of his first name, but he started talking about the Colts. And he's a young guy. He's the 7th round pick out of Wisconsin. His name is Wohler. I can't remember his first name. But I was listening to him, and he's talking about, I'm in the C gap. It's like his parents were there. I'm in the A gap. So I'm sitting there. I'm doing draft day tomorrow, and I've got a guy that was drafted sitting next to me in Speedway. I'm going, whoa, I'm having dinner, having lunch, and I did not. Dave,
that's a good omen.
I did not boy crush on him. I let him have his time. I noticed he was eating a lot of nachos. I'm going, man, I wish I could eat a lot of nachos. But anyway, I don't know what his first name is.
He's at that place, Dave. He's still growing.
Arian Foster, who played 8 seasons in the NFL for Tennessee and Miami, played Ray Jennings.
Okay, wow. He did look like he was of the size of an actual football player, but I would not have guessed. I just thought he was an actor. So, wow, okay, legitimate.
Boo friggin' who? Dennis Leary plays Coach Pam. I got one of these. I got this.
Yeah, we win down there.
We win. We get one of these.
Yeah, no, it's very good for portraying the contentious relationship of, and you see, which leads you into the owner. Yeah, Dennis Leary is a coach who got hired by the owner, not necessarily by the general manager. And so there's that kind of relationship in it. And the thing is Dave, I'll tell you this, when I first watched this movie, the first time I saw it, because I basically realized after watching it this time that I've never fully watched it end to end. I've just watched pieces of it a lot. So as I watched all of it, more things came to light. And one of them was, originally I thought Dennis was kind of the jerk among, but after watching, now I'm linking a lot of his issues were very legitimate, Dave. As a coach, he was kind of put in bad positions. And so that was interesting. But Dennis, because I don't see in my head, if you say, the football coach is going to be played by Dennis Leary, I might not at first go, oh, yeah, I read that. No, Sam Elliott, I go, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I got it. But Dennis did a good job. He had the right kind of attitude.
Well, fresh as today's headlines, Sean Diddy Combs played Chris Crawford.
Yes, he was the agent of what was believed to be the consensus first pick quarterback Bo
Callahan, played by Josh Pence.
John, yeah, exactly. And he was out of Wisconsin, where the coach was portrayed by
Hunter Wohler. Hunter Wohler, the 7th round pick. He's a safety guy from Wisconsin. Ties in. I sat 5 feet from him as he's eating. And anyway, it was
Dave. I feel like Hunter gets some Peachcast mojo love.
We might have to go to training
from
camp.
This experience.
Yeah, I think we might try to get him on the show. But go ahead.
It'd be good, Dave. If he makes the team, does anything, we'll have to get a jersey. He'll become
an attractive older couple eating near you, Speedway, and their very jovial son. Do you remember that?
They didn't bother
Sunday
you.
Afternoon? We didn't bother you. We didn't bother you. Even though, like we're saying, this guy's on the Colts. I mean, come on, man. We're just sitting.
It had to be.
I'm just sitting there
eating quiet.
I'm just sitting there eating my pancakes. No, Caesar salad. And anyway, go ahead.
I love it, Dave. No, I love it. And I was thinking too, okay, so Diddy, yeah, there's a lot of names in this.
Well, let's go with Terry Crews, Earl Jennings, Frank Langella, Anthony Molina, Rosanna Arquette as Angie, Sam Elliott, as you mentioned, Coach Moore, Ellen Burstyn as Barb Weaver.
Right.
All of these people, and of course, Rick the intern, played by Griffin Newman.
Okay, and we got to talk. I want to talk. Okay, first let's talk about Frank Langella, and then we're going to talk about Rick the
Make
intern.
a splash, Sonny.
Yeah, those are two, Dave. Those are two very distinct topics. Now, first question. I'm trying to think. I don't remember. Was he ever without the sunglasses?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's one. And I love, though, the first thing he does is he's describing at the amusement park, right? He's trying to explain to set up his big line, Dave. And what was the coach to the general manager line?
You mean the coach? You mean the owner to the general manager?
Yes, the owner to the general manager said, "Sonny,
make a splash. People pay to get wet."
Yeah, that's it, baby.
That's close.
That's what the owner basically. That's the mindset. So Sonny was kind of put in a box.
Now, what I did learn in my limited research, is that Cleveland has sold out for like 30 years. So there's really no need. I mean, as far as ticket sales and things like that, the people are going to be there because it's in their DNA. They don't have they don't have roller skating Olivia Newton-John lookalikes. We have our sports. It's in our DNA.
Dave, it is. It is,
and
Dave.
If Sonny Weaver's listening, and he should be, make us proud here today.
Dave, we did incorporate the current media landscape. As you talk about all the cameos, well, how many? Okay, well, Rich Eisen.
Who starts the movie? Who starts the movie, David?
Is it Chris Berman that gives us the entire exposition, basically, of the movie right there?
Now, really, really quick, and I'm going to send it over to Dave here. The greatest victories don't always happen on the field.
Ooh, yes.
Every battle is won before it is ever fought. That was in Sonny's office.
And Sonny's office.
It's in my office right now. I immediately I put it up behind me.
Oh, Dave. No, so many things about this movie. It is, Kevin Costner is realistic in a lot of ways, but unrealistic. I mean, when you really get into it, it's like a lot of this stuff is like we treat each other like children or not, or we're able to say these things. But Dave, the intern, like he was the ultimate in, okay, we need a nerdy, curly-haired, glasses-wearing, whiny-voiced guy who were going to destroy his laptop and then give him one emotionally charged scene. Come on, Dave.
Now, one thing about the intern.
Okay.
This guy was not afraid to open up the supply room when his boss was in with his girlfriend. He had there was no trepidation. There was no... He just opened the door and started asking questions.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess you're a good assistant. You got to have that kind of moxie.
Do that. I would. I mean, if Mel Kiper was on the phone, it's okay. I'm going to wait till they come out of the supply closet, and then I'll tell them Mel Kiper's on the phone or Ian Rappaport or whoever.
Yeah, no. It's he was the only. I mean, of the believable, like he seemed like a cartoon in the middle of this, trying to create drama and have a little bit of I don't know, comedic relief somehow in the midst of this, because he's kind of in the mix of the drama of what's going on with the draft and the trades, and also he's in on the fact that his boss and the general manager are having a relationship. It's Dave. It's a lot for an intern.
Well, I suppose Sonny wanted to make sure that he got Vontae Mack because his dad wrote it on a piece of green paper and he keeps it in his front pocket. And
Forever.
occasionally some people actually get to read it, including Jennifer G.
and it gets placed to different places and gets found. How does that work? Now this is one of those things though, because watching it over time, I didn't know that his dad had originally wrote it. I thought he scribbled it down and then just like held on to it.
Well, it's a good thing, so let's go. This is
Dave, come on. Give us an overview.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. His dad is working himself to death.
Yes.
So he fires him, and then his dad dies. Maybe he should have should have let the guy keep working.
It would have been more. I mean, definitely.
I wanted him to spend more time with the family, so I fired him, and then he promptly died. Well,
right. And then later on, you find out that Mom actually was the one who made Sonny Jr. fire Dad.
Now, also on draft day,
yes,
if this weren't enough, they have a memorial service for his dad on the practice field.
That was weird, Dave.
I mean, wouldn't you be able to do that maybe a week after draft day or a week before or on May the 17th? I mean, what?
See that? Okay, that was Barb, Ellen Bernstein's
it's a movie.
Character.
You got.
Right.
It's kind of like the magic.
Right.
I was going to say it's kind of like Kirsten Dunst magic. What is it? Musical.
Right. She put together all that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
in what seconds?
Yeah. It's like an evening of that for the guy in Elizabethtown, Orlando.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, Dave. This is Ellen Bernstein was like, obsessed about doing this. And then it's like when they started people, because he's revered in Cleveland, they talk about he's a legend in Cleveland. I'm thinking, no football coach is a legend in Cleveland. Maybe Sam Rutigliano or whatever. I don't know, Dave.
Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah, Marty would be the closest thing, right?
Nobody ever made a Super Bowl.
Right. But he had a more successful. But Dave, that's been about what, 25, 30 anyway, whatever it was.
Been a while, yes.
It was a little stretchy, but we were following. No problem there.
You think that Tim Couch was waiting for his phone to ring?
Maybe at some point.
Maybe they need me. Maybe they need me. No, we don't need you. Sorry, Tim. Take it. So Sonny wanted Vontae Mack. In the movie, he trades for the number one pick. He gives Seattle 3 number one picks for the number one overall pick, and then he ends up picking Vontae Mack, a guy he could have got at 7. I mean, it's a little bit. They play fast and loose with the strategy.
I'd say so. I want to say this. There is, because somebody put this together, so I will share it. The reference that they said that they tried to use to legitimize the plot, in other words, this trade scenario. In 2012, this is not exactly, but the Redskins traded the number 6 pick, their second rounder for 2013 and 2014, and their first rounder to the Rams for RG3.
Yes.
So that was not as much, but a lot.
There had been a few of those over the years, those lopsided trades. I mean, John Elway refused to play for the Baltimore Colts, so the Colts did not get John Elway. So you got to. So we learn along the way that the coach and the GM don't get along. The owner is kind of in it for himself and to look like the big shot. So he's a little bit upset when Sonny does not pick Bo Callahan.
the big splash guy who there's a little backstory on Bo that's never fully realized in terms of whether Bo was or was not or could end up being a bust as a result of the fact that he maybe didn't have friends on the football team or might not be truthful when it comes to NFL preparation strategies.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm ready for it, Dave.
Let's say that you're Ryan Leaf, and you take your family to a movie called Draft Day.
Oh, Dave.
Maybe not. And
I hope you read
then
something.
Then your name pops in. Jennifer G mentions Ryan Leaf. I mean, it is not the epitome of. I mean, the guy's got to live it every day of his life. And
it's Bill Buckner-esque, Dave. Yeah,
but I love the $100 bill trick.
Yeah, I like that. And
you know the guy that passed the $100? You want to know his name? Brian Drew. It was Brian Drew.
The security guy is a character, Dave, and he likes the drama.
He likes Brian Drew.
But he likes when he tells on somebody, he likes the drama. That's what because that's when Sonny would go on, and what aren't you telling me? I forget the guy's name, like McFly.
It's kind of like Andy and Barney at some point.
It was a little bit of that.
Now, we have talked about this in previous episodes, but the infamous scene with Kevin Costner and Coach Pam Dennis Leary.
Yes.
When they're talking about the running back from Buffalo, they're possibly going to trade for the running back, and I can't remember his name, but Costner looks at him, and you wonder, did they make this up, or is it something that somebody said at some
planted?
Point?
Yes.
Yeah. Looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane.
Yeah.
Now, folks, it was 2014, and you could say things like that back then, Okay, now you can't say them anymore. But then Coach Pem,
it's still red, Dave.
As the kids say now, Coach Pem doubled down. He doubled down.
He did double down.
He said, and I don't know the name. I can't remember the number. I've got 47 Tarzans in that locker room. I could use a Jane. What does that mean?
I'm not sure, Dave. Someone with different energy. Someone with different energy.
I could use a Jane.
Could use a Jane. I don't know, Dave. Okay. I don't know.
Well, if you like Costner, you're going to like this movie. Are we ready to go through the people that play themselves in the movie?
Sure, Dave.
Chris Berman.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, he is the OG. He is Mr. ESPN. He's Mr. He was at ESPN when they started, right?
Yes. 1979. He's the last. Bob Lee has departed, so I think he's the last one.
And if you thought Cousin Oliver was unliked, how about Mel Kiper?
Yeah, Mel's. Yeah, putting Mel in a football movie that has Draft Day, not having Mel would have been a big cameo oversight.
Nobody can say Bo Callahan like John Gruden.
Yeah, no, and he said it a few times in a very Chucky, wild-eyed kind of way.
Also playing himself, Kevin Costner. I'm sorry.
Basically,
I'm sorry.
He looks good in the suit. Dave, he looks good in the suit. I think he was maybe no wardrobe change.
I think he did. I think he did play himself. Certainly hope he's doing okay. Deion Sanders was in this movie.
Deion was on the panel there on draft night, or I guess as he was one of the main guys. Yeah, Deion, and I'm trying to think who else was. Rich Eisen was Rich in the.
Yeah, Rich was in. We're going. Okay. We're going down the list here. Mike Mayock and Aaron Goldhammer was the radio host. It's in our DNA. I love that. Roger Goodell played himself. And you mentioned Rich Eisen. Rich
Eisen is he's kind of like always there now, and I guess probably starting around 2014, he's been in somewhat of that role as he's evolved his brand from NFL from the NFL Network to his own kind of thing, and then still riding horde on. It's going to be interesting now with ESPN now owning the NFL Network. How that will work.
We could go over a few of those. Ray Lewis plays himself, Bernie Kosar, and the late Jim Brown.
Always good to see Jim Brown related to a Cleveland Brown anything. And then, Bernie, right there, was like right there. It was like, here are the couple of the Jim Browns, I think, on the Cleveland Mount Rushmore. Bernie's not. But he grew up around there, I believe.
He was in some very high-profile games against John Elway.
Yeah, he was.
That's where Bernie comes
the
from.
The long white sleeves. That's what I remember Bernie.
There were 85 credited cast members in this movie.
That's a pretty good chunk, Dave.
There's 129 uncredited.
Wow.
One of them, John Kramer.
Okay.
He was Jacksonville staff member with Stained Chinos.
Stained Chinos. That's one to write home. Hey, Mom, Dad, wait, you got to read this part. Dave, what about Russ Brandon?
Russ Brandon?
Yes. Who at the time was with the Bills.
Russ
and
Brandon.
He's one of the guys that there are two NFL guys in the scene with the Bills that were both actually NFL guys playing themselves. And then he went on, he left the NFL and became the president of the XFL and which is now the UFL, I believe, or whatever the combo is. So now that guy's actually a president of the rival league.
Dave, I have hogged up this show. I'm going to give you the floor. I always say this to people. Yeah, after I've talked for 25 minutes or 20 minutes or 17 minutes all by myself, leading, dominating, and rudely what do they say that injecting my own thoughts and opinions. How do they say that? What's the word there? Interject? No.
Well, it's all been good, Dave.
Go ahead.
It's all been good.
I want to know what Dave Meyer thinks about the
I want to say
movie Draft Day.
I want to say, as I was reading through stuff, and I love the key here. Former. It's always a former. That's where you get the former Green Bay Packer Vice President Andrew Brandt said Draft Day lacked any true depiction of how an NFL team operates leading up to and during the draft, and was less realistic about the business of sports than Jerry Maguire. So, whatever. It's a movie. We don't criticize like that. No, there's some things about this that were kind of cool I want to talk about. One, which has been used off and on in movies, but was most appropriate because this is a sports movie, so you're going to get a little different sorts of audience. Split screen. They use split screen all throughout this, right? And that helped tell the story. So I thought that was a cool thing. It's there's so many. I don't know. It's the Cleveland Buffalo thing. I wanted to look more into that, but it was like Cleveland made it a realistic story to me because of the fan base, of the whole, an owner who's maybe a little bit off, right? Because this guy had he maybe had a little bit of Jim Irsay because Jim Irsay went through a period where he didn't wear anything more than dark glasses, right? And that was pretty much some of this. And this guy was kind of Irsay maybe didn't have as big an ego as this guy. I'm sure, though, that the ego of this guy was not far off of the most NFL owners. So, Frank Langella, I think, really played an incredibly realistic owner of a sports team. So I kind of dug his character.
What did Frank play early in his career?
Well, he was Dracula. Was his big, I think, break. He was on Broadway as Dracula, and then there was a Dracula movie. But he's been a character actor in a lot of stuff. He's
got a voice.
He does.
Oh my goodness, he
seems like a guy that you wouldn't want to, if you were at a service desk and somebody comes up to complain, and it's him. Oh, yeah, you don't want Frank Langella with a beef, I would think, Dave.
Anything else on Draft Day 2014?
it's an NFL infomercial that's wrapped in a implausible, just enough plausible story. I think one, it's cool, and it helps the movie that it's not the San Jose Sand Eaters playing the Plymouth whatevers. So it's an NFL. Everything in that regard. Roger Goodell does a decent job playing himself, I guess. And it is Radio City Music Hall, which now, as you pointed out at one point when we are talking about this, that was in another lifetime of NFL draft days, right?
We
compared
talked
to
about
now.
In a previous episode that so much has changed in the last 10 years as far as the draft. I think one time the Dallas Cowboys hosted the draft, and they were going to have it at their practice facility, which is like a 13,000 seat arena where high school teams play.
Right.
When they're not playing, when they're not doing training camp. And I think they moved it to the stadium. And at that point, it worked. And now, Nashville, some of the other Vegas. I mean, it is. It's got. I mean, it is uptown.
Yeah. No, it feels like, and from an Indiana perspective, we hope this doesn't happen with the combine, but they're actively talking about shopping the combine in the way that they're now, it's like if you're a market in the NFL, your big prize is the Super Bowl. But short of that, there are some nice, kind of consolation prizes these days. And one of them would be, this would be the draft, right? So, it's I wonder if they see draft day as helping, I don't know, broaden the base in terms of the reach of, media and people that are interested in the draft, because, story gets people interested in what we used to consider mundane.
Well, now it's time to rate the rabbit hole. Are you ready? Now,
okay.
At the end of the rabbit hole, you're going to give it a 1 to 10.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Bo Callahan was played by Joshua Pence. Joshua Pence played in a couple of episodes of Days of Our Lives.
Ooh.
He was also in a show called Good Trouble with a comedian, actress, and writer, and I love the name, drew me to it, Sherry Cola.
Oh, the best name, Dave.
Born November 10th, 1989, in Shanghai, China. Her family moved to the USA when she was 4. She has a radio background. Thank you very much. A web series called Luber launched her career. I think you were talking to me about the show, the web show Luber, right?
I think it's on my list,
Maybe
Dave.
It's Lubber. I don't know.
Is it animated? It feels animated.
She, in 2017, had a 7-episode arc along Kevin Bacon and Catherine Hahn in a show that I will let you look up because I don't really want to name it on the air.
Right, I believe. And this, I critically acclaimed. It's kind of a Richard Bass thing. Is that what the thing is?
So.
Yeah.
So she is on her way, and we thank Draft Day. And now we have Shanghai Surprise on the Season 5 prospectus.
I'm excited, Dave. There's
Rate the rabbit hole.
Oh, first.
Top
8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, the name. You wonder Bo Callahan. He kind of looks like an Orlando Bloom version.
Yeah, I could see him. If he was going to do I could see him doing it could be in a swimming movie, or even a lacrosse would probably be a stretch. But he's a little lanky. But that's not bad. I don't know, Dave. I think it was maybe the guy had to act a little bit, because it was like, we don't really know if Bo was the real deal.
All I can say, Dave, is you've gone rogue. And we had a great day.
Dave.
Oh. Well,
David, at one point, I will say, one of my Dennis Leary lines, he quoted to Allie, "Foolish moves made by your boyfriend."
Ooh.
I just thought that, cutting professional talk between colleagues, Dave.
It is draft day. Draft day. You know what is next, don't you? Number 9 on the
Number
Untoasted.
9.
You ready?
Number 9. Number
9 is Godzilla versus Hedorah.
Dave, there's something in the news lately about Godzilla. Like, I don't know. I'll have to look that up and bring that tidbit to our next Godzilla show. So, Dave, Godzilla is kind of like our Santa Claus or whatever. There has to be a Godzilla movie among the seasons of that we I guess go through.
Real quick,
All that.
real quick.
Yes,
And we
Dave.
talked about this a little bit before the podcast. It has nothing to do with draft day,
Okay.
but I have this knack of just, I don't know. I stumble on something, and I shouldn't say a knack. I guess an obsession. I stumble on something, and I got to watch it and learn it and know it and all
Sure.
that stuff. So I stumbled on this podcast called the Pop Culture Preservation Society.
Yes, Dave.
And there are three ladies who do the show. They're a little younger than us, and we talked about it.
Yeah. Popular. It's a popular offering.
I'm listening to their podcast as I'm walking around, and they talk about musicals.
Yes.
I could almost quote every musical, all the songs, and all this stuff. And then they said, and this was a killer. They talked about the Sunday paper.
Oh, Dave, the Sunday paper. That was a big part of the first, I don't know, 30 years of our life.
The Indianapolis Star entertainment section.
Whew,
there was no other entertainment. I mean, maybe in the Newcastle Times, they had maybe one article and then the TV listings for the
TV
day.
listings, yeah.
But this was a complete section. It had movies. It had, that's how you learn maybe that there was a Broadway play, like they said on the Pop Culture Preservation Society. And every time I listen to their show, it's almost like they were in the room with me in the whole childhood. I should say, talk about Sonny and Cher, talking about the Brady Bunch variety show, talking about Carol Burnett's show. I mean, on and on. It's like, wow. It's pretty much spot on. Now, they're closer to your age.
Okay.
So, I mean, but do you have a recollection? I mean, I'm thinking, how did they know Sonny and Cher divorced and got back together? Are you familiar with their story, Sonny and Cher?
Yes. Now, I think I was kind of a precocious, media-oriented kid, so I maybe didn't understand, but I remember Sonny and Cher, and then I think that they tried to do it Cher alone and brought back Sonny after the divorce, and then I forget what it was, but I remember Sonny and Cher. I remember the variety show world. I mean, that was a lot. Carol Burnett was like Saturday nights,
Oh, Saturday night with Mary Tyler Moore and Bob Newhart and whatever, All in the Family and the other whatever they threw in at 8:30 or whatever. That was the night. I mean, that was it. And I would say, the Seinfeld, ER, Friends would rival it. Maybe I know he's not in good graces now, but the Cosby Show, Cheers, and then maybe Hill Street Blues were on one night, maybe a season on NBC. Those are the only two nights that I would stack up against Saturday night on CBS back in that day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking Mary Tyler Moore, you're talking Carol Burnett, you're talking Bob Newhart, you're talking Carol O'Connor, Gene Stapleton. I mean, goodness. I think even MASH was on that. You'd have to look it up. But I mean, it's like Henry Aaron, Willie McCovey. Willie Mays, just on and on.
Yeah, those are big time shows. All of them shot on film. In 100 years, people will still be watching them.
Oh, and the themes. But anyway, they kill me every time. The more I listen, it's like, wow, there's a lot of people that experience that.
Yeah.
And one thing I have noticed though, Dave, and I'll ask you, it's almost better to remember than to actually watch the shows.
Yes, most of the time, because there are things that are going to jump out at you that did not, or there are things that are going to, you remember certain things, you don't remember other things. So it kind of, if you could like curate, but if you just watch them in order in the same, they're not going to all move you. You remember certain feelings and certain shows, but in the end, that's probably, some of this, like, how many there were, 500 MASH episodes or more. And there were, how many All in the Family, how many Carol Burnett, it was a lot of a body of programming that kind of stays with you. You remember Tim Conway cracking up Harvey Korman, but which one of the sketches were they, doing that kind of
If
thing?
you just watch the show,
Yeah.
it might not be the same as remembering in your living room watching the show at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night.
Absolutely. And that's
it does take a little bit, you had to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe, as you say.
Oh, Dave.
Dave, one of my favorite movies, Draft Day. Can't wait for Godzilla the next on Untoasted. We will keep the conversation going.
All right, Dave. My pleasure, sir.
And don't forget, the Crawfordsville Peachcast is on podbean.com. Crawfordsvillepeachcast.podbean.com. Like, share, and subscribe. Apple, Spotify, and Podbean. Until next time, America, for Dave Meyer, I'm Dave Peach. Thanks for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast.
Thank you for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast. If you enjoyed it, follow the podcast and ring the bell so that way you'll always be up to date with the newest episodes. We'll see you next time.